How do we say everything that happened in this one? And welcome back to the Mandalorian episode 3 review with my special guest, my brother-in-law, Jose.
Hello, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All the way from...
United States of Lancaster.
There it is. Lancaster in the house.
Sorry guys, spoiler alert, but there was a lot.
There was a lot in this episode. A lot. We watched it maybe, 4 times already?
About 4 times.
Yeah, because there's a lot of small details in this episode that you need to really pay attention to.
But yeah, definitely. Especially how you start seeing flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
His armor's getting built. All the stuff that he pretty much is going through. It's all coming out. And we're all learning about his past.
Yeah.
And what's going on with him.
Even the Mandalorians' past, like their culture,
Right.
We found out about the Purge.
Right.
Yeah.
Purge after, and that's how they went hiding.
Mm-hmm.
After all that. And I also, coming back to like the flashbacks that he has and all the destruction that's going on with the droids and everything, towards that last part of that flashback that he had, where the droid opens up the doors and he points at him completely, and it ends like that. That's what makes me believe he got saved, which is why he ended up saving Baby Yoda.
Right, because he's kind of paying it forward. Now he feels like, well, someone saved me. I feel this debt where I need to save
This baby.
Not only that, but he helped him. Baby Yoda helped him.
Right.
With that creature, I forgot.
And
his name.
Yeah, I forgot that name too. And also the foundlings, like they call them. The Mandalorians call them, I believe it's foundlings. How they're the future. And that's another thing, how the Mandalorians ended up helping them out, each other, because of the fact that how he was saving that baby. And I believe in the beginning part, where he brought all the metal with him, he ended up saying that he got saved by an enemy, that the enemy did not know it was an enemy. And he called them a foundlings, I believe. Foundlings or foundlings. And his other partner, the blacksmith, she ended up saying, well, they're the future. So that kind of made me feel like she's probably giving him a bit of an idea, telling him maybe, they're the future, go ahead and save them. Or do what you need to do to go ahead and save them. Which ends up going back to when he was little. And I believe he got saved. It might be Grief Karga.
Right.
I believe he saved them.
Which is the guy who gave him the job in the first place, right?
Right, yeah. Exactly. I believe he saved them because of the fact that while he was trying to evade and use that cargo to put the baby in, he jumped on it and he didn't go for him. He went for that droid instead to go ahead and stop that car. But that's the way I see it, that he ended up just going for that droid instead of going for him. What do you think?
So you think that Grief Karga saved him, right?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Okay. I want you guys to comment down below who saved the Mandalorian as a little boy. My guess, and it would be cool if it is, I'm hoping that Boba Fett saved him. And then he probably recruited him or something, and that's how he got him into the whole bounty hunting of the Mandalorians. Unless he's already a Mandalorian, then that's their culture to become these like well-trained bounty hunters.
Right. No, yeah, definitely. I can see that too.
Yeah.
That could definitely happen. Another thing is that the scientist, Dr. Pershing, which also he has that same symbol from Kamino, where, if you remember, on Attack of the Clones, Star Wars, when Obi-Wan Kenobi went to the planet Kamino.
Oh, yeah.
Where all the clones of Jango Fett was at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you see baby Boba Fett.
Right.
Okay, well, Dr. Pershing had a symbol where he's part of that laboratory doing all the clones. So I believe that he was trying to keep them alive which he ended up telling him, I didn't do anything to him. I made sure that he was still alive, make sure nothing was wrong with him, because I believe he's trying to clone Baby Yoda as well. And another thing is that Jango Fett isn't a Mandalorian.
He's not a Mandalorian?
He's not a Mandalorian, even though he used Mandalorian armor. Unlike your actually real Mandalorian, which is
The main character of this.
that's in there. He's the real Mandalorian. He's your hero that you're trying to look for. But everybody looked up to Jango Fett because he was a hunter.
Yeah.
And everybody cloned him. And then that's what you get. But yeah, he's not the real Mandalorian. So if you guys didn't know that, check it out.
That's crazy. So this whole time, everyone thinks, oh, Jango Fett, the Mandalorian,
Right.
but he's not even a Mandalorian.
No.
Just like this character, I don't really understand how they got into it, how they were able to have that armor. Because I would assume if you're not Mandalorian, you're wearing the outfit or the armor, it's kind of a dishonor or something like that. So he must have done something very honorable to have been accepted in the Mandalorian culture.
Right. Yep. And that's pretty much what I also think that's what ended up happening. And as far as what's going on right now with this Mandalorian, he's starting from scratch. He's trying to remember everything. And we're all going through that same path that he's going, which is trying to remember everything from his past. And that's what's going to end up happening probably at the end.
So now that you bring that up, I feel like that even connects more to what I said, where I think it's Boba Fett that saved the Mandalorian, because he's also not a Mandalorian, but he was able to wear this armory, with honor and be able to live that culture. And now he's kind of doing the same thing, paying it forward and saving this little boy and kind of, taking him under his wing, just like the Mandalorian is with Baby Yoda.
Right. And sooner or later, I feel like the next episode, I believe it's going to probably start showing more of the relationship between Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if you guys remember when the blacksmith ended up asking the Mandalorian if he's ever had his helmet taken off or has anybody else taken his helmet off, and he said no, never. I believe this Baby Yoda is going to end up doing that. He's going to end up being attached to this kid.
And he's going to get him to actually take it off.
And he's going to end up getting
crazy.
And I believe that's what's going to end up happening later on. I mean, we only got 8 episodes, so that's what's 8 full episodes from this. So I believe that's what's going to end up happening. I don't know.
I could see that happening. I could see. Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting good. It's getting really good. But I mean, this episode was cool.
Yeah.
The last part, like I said, was really great. All the Mandalorians helped out each other. I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
Yeah, I really like the fact that they came in and they helped them out, because it almost seemed like they forgot their way. They've been in a purge so long, they're not used to following the rules that they went by. This is an all new thing. It's kind of almost like a free for all. So they've forgotten their way, and this baby or having this job kind of helped them realize, we're not really doing things how we used to. We got to remember our ways. And they even say, this is the way, right?
This is the way.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which way, but it's
their way.
It's their way.
So going back to what you had said, that you think Grief Karga is the one who saved them.
Right.
You're going to stick to that, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And the reason being is obviously what I mentioned.
Yes.
That he didn't try to go for him as far as trying to kill him. He tried to slow him down by shooting the droid instead of trying to shoot at him.
Mm-hmm.
And how he waited, how the other people were coming next to him and trying to get him. He waited and just, and then he backed off when all the Mandalorians came down. So I believe he probably saved them because he's been very lenient with him, and I think he really saved them.
Yeah, that's interesting that you said that, because one of the things that I feel like you might be right about is when Grief Karga was in the Mandalorian ship and he was waiting for him, And the Mandalorian, I mean, he could have killed him off, but he didn't. You know, earlier in that episode, you see him put, you know, his 2 metal slabs from the Empire, the money that I would assume doesn't really cost anything anymore. It doesn't, there's no weight to it except for the Mandalorians because they use that for their armory. But he shows it off and he puts it into his pocket. So the Mandalorian saw that. Right. I'm pretty sure as soon as the Mandalorian walks into a room, he's looking at everything. Escape routes, you know, who has guns and stuff like that. So for him to have shown him that and put it away, I'm sure he remembered that. Right. So later on when he meets him in the ship and he shoots him, he might have just purposely shot him there. And that hit alone would have, you know, taken his wind out. And it was enough time for him to just get away. So he didn't want to kill him. That's what I believe.
Yep. And you hear the cling too when he hits that.
Right.
With the ray gun, you definitely hear it. So he knew that it was there. So that's I also believe in that too.
Yeah. We watched it 4 or 5 times already. Yes. So the first 2 times, we didn't hear that clang. Once we remembered, you hear the clang. So he definitely purposely did that. Yeah.
Right. Yep. That's what I believe too. So, and at the end, when he ends up giving him a little knob from his shifter, I mean, he's liking the kid.
Oh yeah, he definitely has the feels.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean,
and they're doing a really good job with it because I feel connected to this baby.
Oh yeah,
it's like, you know, it's super adorable. They did a really good job with the my wife is back there. Oh, you have the feel for the baby. One of the things that I brought up was the armor. It reminded me a lot of Captain Phasma. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean she's secretly like a Mandalorian as well? And she now, because of the purge, you know, this is years later, right. Maybe the Mandalorians don't exist anymore. So now she's this hybrid, a Mandalorian, but now she became a stormtrooper. And that's why she has a similar type of armory as this Mandalorian does.
Right, with all the Imperial steel that everybody used with. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, the Iron Man sequence that ended up happening.
The Iron Man sequence.
Oh my god.
That was horrible. I don't know why they put that there.
Why? What? Really? That jetpack is really flying that, you know.
That high?
That high, that fast to catch up to that, you know, his jet or his spaceship.
Yeah, just for him to salute him. That was Iron Man. That was Disney right there.
Yeah. That's patriotism right there for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Careful.
That was pretty bad. That's probably the only thing that I disagree with. We will never have this special guest here anymore.
I also liked towards the last part where he was rescuing Baby Yoda. I noticed real quick when everybody had their GPS.
Oh, beeping, that's right. Yeah.
And how it's funny how everyone, all the bounty hunters had it. It kind of gave me a excommunicado, you know, vibe, you know, John Wick.
Yeah, that was totally John Wick.
You know, where everybody was trying to get that bounty.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing that popped in my head.
That's funny because I had the same reaction too. Yeah, yep. Yeah. That was funny. Yeah. I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, you know, bounty and stuff like that. That was the first thing. I was like, oh man. So who's inside of the Mandalorian suit? Is it Keanu Reeves or what's up? That's 2. All I really was thinking about, all right, so what? So who's in the Mandalorian suit? Keanu Reeves? No, I'm just kidding. I know who's in there.
Right. Well, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, they might do that fake face and digitally put
I know deepfakes.
Yeah, the deepfakes, exactly. Yeah, and put Keanu Reeves in there.
Oh, he's being good right now, so we might, you never know.
Yeah, everyone wants him right now. All right, so I want to leave you with one thing. Yes, we saved Yoda, but the Empire, or whatever is left of this small little rogue Empire group, got Yoda and used them for whatever they needed. So do you guys think they got enough to be able to clone Yoda? Let us know. Comment down below.
Give us a like if you like this. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down.
It's alright.
It's alright.
We'll know just to get better next time.
And I probably won't be here anymore.
And he won't be here anymore because of those 2 rings.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay, do you think Rey's a clone?
Rey, probably.